enter now. Then the guy from nowhere, what enter America because they had entered. Then I was using and say, and hit me hard, and he aimed at my heart. Okay, he aimed at it. He just hit me like, "No man, why do you want to kill me? Have I done anything to you?"
At a point, they wanted chaos. At a point, they wanted to push the police to the wall. Na bibi nsi, na etuonto, na bibi nsi na omaka say police for Mahama police for Bomutu. It was not happening. A young police officer stands in the sun for hours to protect Ghanaians and protect Afenyo Markin. Afenyo Markin gets in front of the Jubilee house and slaps the police officer. And you, the IGP, you sit there like we are joking in this country. If you cannot be the IGP, just fucking walk out. He needs to be arrested. He needs to be charged with assault. And we sit there and we are sitting there. Innocent person be the one. Would Jimmy Akwa Chenisamo jail? No. Some questions we share on TV and they kufuado. Will it ever happen? And yakasa mo be power mo NDC for. And I'm just here sorry. Do you know what that video is doing in the system? Unim confidence I my criminals. Unim inspirational aboni for air taken from this video. And you sit there as an IGP. Masa so what bra ko pefie bit now.
So after save the judiciary demonstration na MPP and other stakeholders issue a video ko viral Honorable Alexander Afenyo Markin ni video na all punchy police ni ya. Ene Ghana Police Service say omo ye investigation omo post here omo page na no ena ora Afenyo Markin so any statement tin church DC here na wakasa Adum TV e wo kire say police ni no ebo ne boso eno na ma retaliate here and say ono so punching the back into a reflex action into saying any si course so yenhwe say the si course ni entie Honorable Alexander Afenyo Markin ni sema o kan Adum TV mra Kevin Taylor a react or just IGP we there eni kwan say ujemu because a toko so amafo emu police
But it can police phone statements. If there ibisa on questions be police say viral video.
Yeah.
And then they don't even talk about the one paying our parliament in a report among. But they also state that they will investigate the officer. So I think it's a balanced statement. And we say we are a country of rule of law. And that I also petitioned the IGP. We send a petition man and that. And I've made that available to the media. But Nancy, I've been preaching against retaliatory politics. And the fact that Oyena power, Oba, the way they behave as politicians, where sometimes we feel that power is a penny. And it does also, I realized that Nyankopon was putting me to test.
How?
Okay. Because I'm preaching against retaliation. I'm preaching against vengeance. I'm preaching forgiveness and unity. That the politics must be more decent. And we must come to the center. Then this thing happened. A constable, Sebi, a Brentano, Niman Aja, Maman beyond 30. And now so they pretending that Sebi, Onimian, Nipping Genenim. Now, Autotone and saying to me, shall I share the Awahama one, Muda Oniri, Namishan name Tagano, Munda watch of forcing. And I asked myself, no be leaders, more police paying also, leaders should enter to present the petition. and there was an inspector. Ojina me left. We be and Ojina barricade niche. Then Honorable Patrick Boama, now Honorable Kennedy Osanyako, they were entering from our right. Into many deputy minority leader Okamu was Mitchell. We got throughout the demonu and then they entered. What enter now? Then the guy from nowhere. What enter America because they had entered. Then I was using and say and hit me hard, and he aimed at my heart. Okay, he aimed at it. He just hit me like, young man, why do you want to kill me? Have I done anything to you? I was like, And in there, Mister, goggles, and I had an infesum. It's unfortunate how some public officers sometimes, when you should be I am careful. Now also quote unquote, I can't show one there. Sebi also by retaliate. But I am sorry. I am Bufroba. Minjin there. I'm praying that higher powers of the realm would give him light to realize what he did, so that at the right time he apologizes.
But not to side entirely with you, how some public officers and politicians also behave when they engage or they encounter our security officers. And sometimes it's not sitting.
Well,
not sitting.
I'm not here to be hypothetical or talk about other incidents that I don't know of. Let's limit it to.
So the name is forcing.
Yes, that's the name I saw.
Until after the incident, then I'm paying for the
well, when in fact situation it was bad. So on my end, I didn't want to create a scene because the crowd was charged. They were so charged on in the demonstration, and I didn't want them to know. And the police for now so bibi them so me movie straight na me cop trail a wall and the parliament main entrance because na me jahoma on here so me cop trail and then stay there moment. Then one national service officer, or also leader who pension, and then CID for 2 our parliament minimum yembesiafo so minimum there were in parliament staff police for nibi whatever from. Then the deputy marshal also showed up, and then Boama came to ask me, the leader, we okay, na me say look muntu kraba me pede obi hu. And then Ahiyagba pulled through. I think the regional organizer too came, was in the regional chairman, and then Nanabi came. So they took me to the security room. Then the bench, I lay on it, and then
any police person there at that time when you
the CID for 2 no, and then those were the 2, and then they led me walk on the leader. Young Konako who were men. So Anyagba was leading me, was by my side, was in front of me. The CID from the CID for 2 no walk on. Then the marshal followed, the deputy marshal. Then I took some deep breath, did some relaxation, but I was asking myself. So no marshal wanted the police officer to be identified because he said Parliament would have to make a report. And see, no, the guy was nowhere to be found. Then I just said that quickly, let me make a formal complaint, send a petition to the IGP. Then I realized that typical of the politics we do, rather when I was protesting his action, some videos were rather being circulated and creating a certain impression. But I would want to urge the gentleman, look, Manana Sebi Waba policeman, he may have his partisan interest.
But why are you jumping into conclusion that the reaction of the said gentleman was
not reaction, his action.
His action was induced. Politically.
I'm saying that if
we don't do if.
Well, I'm saying
he's a professional police person.
Well, but I'm saying
the conduct of a police officer is contrary.
Yes, sure.
Then you don't come with inducement.
Yes, sure. So what I'm trying to say in there, his conduct was unbecoming of a police officer.
That one,
however,
based on your account this morning.
Right. However, if he has his own partisan inclinations here, he should put that aside. Because broad daylight, a call is made, an invitation is made to the leader of a demonstration. He is entering, and then you use your hand. I mean, because like I said initially, I see it as a test. Because if you are preaching unity, if you are preaching an end to retaliation, then you yourself, somebody has mistreated you this way. It's a test. Whether a bobona to order or children party in your power, a better where the power lies are now. You forgive and let go. But that's my
all right. So that's it. So let's leave it to the police.
Otherwise,
but you avail yourself.
Law-abiding citizen.
Okay.
If the police say, I have petitioned them as a victim, as a complainant, I expect that on the basis of my petition, they would invite me to even elucidate, or they would write to me and say that we have received your petition. They have also issued a statement. After my statement, they also issued a statement and said that they have seen the video that has gone viral. Say, read it to the public so that we can discuss it.
Police invite Honorable Alexander Afenyo Markin to assist investigations into viral demonstration video. The Ghana Police Service has reviewed several video footages on an alleged assault on a police officer by Honorable Alexander Afenyo Markin during the just ended demonstration. So the first paragraph is not in tandem with yours because they feel that you assaulted. You are also saying he assaulted. All right? Following the review, the service has written to the Right Honorable Speaker of Parliament requesting the release of Honorable Alexander Afenyo Markin to assist ongoing investigation into the alleged incident. The officer in question will also be assisting the investigation.
So repeat that one.
The officer in question. Clearly they could
wait. Read that again.
The officer in question will also be assisting the investigation.
Good. So I think the police wanted to be fair in creating this balance. So clearly, Omayan, you are a journalist. If you are doing a deep appreciation of this statement, it tells you that the police itself, the police service itself, if it is being very fair, would have received some information from superior officers who would have told the one who issued the statement that said, let's hold on, our guy did not act right.
To their contrary opinion.
Exactly. Because otherwise the police will not say the officer involved. You see the word involved.
In question.
In question, yes. Yeah. The officer in question will also what? Assist
in the investigation.
So he is not a complainant here. They themselves, by the import of this statement, I don't want to read politics.
So they are saying the viral videos are the basis for your invitation.
Exactly.
Okay.
Which I think it is not appropriate. However, it would help to.
Once it's not appropriate. What kind of viral videos? What kind of viral videos?
You see, sometimes.
What kind
the
of
way sometimes our public institutions say your politics in Yabutara and Shana Akaye in the crossover.
So this is the reaction from Kevin Taylor or this warning. So this is the reaction from Kevin Taylor or the warning. Emma IGP Christian Tete Yohunu say one charge a year Hon Afenyo Markin sa obe deni top sa yenti Kevin Taylor.
This is Afenyo Markin. Out of frustration, because Odimsek or PBB, you see, at a point they wanted to cause commotion. At a point they wanted chaos. At a point they wanted to push the police to the wall. Na BBNC, na etuonto, na BBNC. No man say police for Mahama police for Bomutu. It was not happening. When they go to the Jubilee House, yaya barricades. Before you go through the barricade, we need to know you, identify you, and know who you are, because you are entering the Jubilee House. Sebio enyaku for the papa fie. You are entering the seat of government until you cannot just be say, may I Afenyo Markin at least they need to have a physical assessment of you before you are given that nod to enter. Afenyo Markin and Crawford who say, John Mahama and Abain, they have given them every access Omo access biya, omo chaos, obiani omo nko. Police for have been professional. He wanted to start something. He wanted to confront the police. Now a person oma police for the reacting. Now afe intokwakwesi in front of Jubilee House. Now afe okoka say John Mahama ama police for the instructions so omumbo ono minority leader ne MPP for in front of the Jubilee House. And I'm expecting the Ghana Police Service to release a statement on this because Adia Afenyo Markin here no sebio say nka police ni na tene nsa ewo Afenyo Markin so a ankenda na dwinki enda. This is Afenyo Markin. This Afenyo Markin slapping the police officer. He actually slapped the police officer twice. And the Ghana IGP boss is sitting there. He should be charged. He assaulted the police officer. 2 times Afenyo Markin slapped the police officer. This twerp, and we sit in Ghana. This is a person who is supposed to know the law. He is the minority leader in parliament. He slapped an innocent police officer 2 times. So imagine, say, a police officer in the tenant and saw Afenyo Markin so can I drink better. But the IGP is sitting there. He thinks that we are building a church. The IGP is sitting there because he used to have friends in the MPP. So when the MPP they fool, the IGP covers it up because Yeni Ayakadi Jimmy. Now, sir, just away from Afenyo Markin. When a young man tomorrow shoots a policeman in the head, are you going to go arrest the policeman? Afenyo Markin is a member of parliament. He's a lawmaker. Afenyo Markin is a member of parliament who knows how the law works. And also, he's a lawyer. And you, the IGP, you are sitting there like a toy. You think this is a joke? You think this is about going to church and going to dance? You think that the law was made for you and your friends? You have to be fired as an IGP. You are a waste of space. Afenyo Markin, a member of parliament, leading a protest. A young police officer stands in the sun for hours to protect Ghanaians and protect Afenyo Markin. Afenyo Markin gets in front of the Jubilee House and slaps a police officer. And you, the IGP, you sit there like we are joking in this country. If you cannot be the IGP, just fucking walk out. He needs to be arrested. He needs to be charged with assault. And we sit there and we are sitting there, innocent person be the one. Why is Afenyo Markin walking? Why is the police not bringing a statement out? Why is he not being invited? A police officer was assaulted by the minority leader. Watch the video again. You, this IGP, you will never have peace under me. Right in front of a Flagstaff house. And this fool, you want me to respect him? Now, honorable. Now, I am a teacher and go for honorable, like MPP for Jimmy for honorable Kennedy Japan. What is it be man of Kennedy honorable? My foot. Why should I call Afenyo Markin honorable? Now, you know why? This IGP is not ready to work. This IGP is just a slow motion IGP. Then people like us, we are not going to make your job easy for you. After Afenyo Markin slapped this young police officer twice, they quickly went to Joy News. You know what they went to do? Muntie Richard Ahiagba, the director of communication, MPP. Muntie Senior Adia Moshe, see how the guy narrated it on TV. And the IGP is sitting there. You're sitting there like a toddler. You are sitting there like a church mouse, tolerating this nonsense. Now, Ochina young man, police, are you going to arrest that person? Listen to the MPP. You see what they did? And they sent their communications officer to go on TV to lie about what we all saw. Now, listen to their defense.
But we managed to submit that petition. You know, this thing is talking about Hon Afenyo Markin having attacked.
There's a video where he's seen pushing the police officer.
Yes, it was chaotic. It was chaotic. We commend the police. DCOP duty. I commend him. He's done great work. We appreciate that. But it got to a certain point. You know, there's this tension when we want to let people in, people out, and all of that.
This was around the Jubilee House area.
No, this was around the Parliament.
Right.
Right. So it was a very tense space. Myself got caught into it, trying to create space. It was very tense, and then in that process, the leader was hit very badly this way, right on his chest, and he actually was almost taken out of the march. I had to take him to the washroom and it kind of just cool down.
Alexander
Afenyo Markin. So it was, if you saw anything as though he's attacking anybody, it's a reflex trying to defend himself. It wasn't anything that he intentionally.
So he was rather hit by a police officer.
He was hit by the police officer I was standing right by him. He was hit this way on the chest because perhaps the police officer didn't know him, didn't identify him, and hit him on the face. So I had to tell him that this is the minority leader, and then he kind of cool off and then allow for him to enter. So my brother's propaganda won't wash. This is a massive demonstration. Their government, this government.
Yeah, here's some nonsense. And I'm so pissed with that journalist sitting there. You saw the video. And you, Elton, or whatever, sitting there like a junkie. You saw the man hit the young police officer. Where in that video did Richard Ahiagba take Afenyo Markin to the washroom and brought him back? And then kwasia journalism, no. We saw this thing on TV. We have all witnessed what happened. We have witnessed it. The guy is lying. And you, a journalist, instead of you to protect the police officer, because the police in the share we assume, and NPP will make the whole demonstration about that and say that the government actually sent the police officer to hit Afenyo Markin. Now, Kwasia Webejina TV so catcher will say, Afenyo was hit on the chest and that he took Afenyo to the bathroom, to the washroom to clean up because police didn't board or born the bono. No, Inti police no ebo Afenyo Markin boso e ma ne ho inti Richard Ahiagba etam de call bathroom and on side ne buy no be remu. This is what we saw. Where did the policeman hit Afenyo Markin? When did he take Afenyo Markin to the restroom to go clean him up to bring him back to now come enter? Why are we lowering everything in Ghana all in the name of politics? And we the journalists who are supposed to be fair, we have to be solid, resolute, and ask these people we need to be firm. We are sitting there like foolish idiots. We all watch the same thing. You make this clown. Jimmy Wabajina TV so catcher will say Afenyo was hit on the chest and he took him to the bathroom and Afenyo was collapsing. Afenyo into Afenyo Markin has assaulted a police officer. The minority leader who says is a lawyer. The minority leader who says is Oshemra Oniminyansa, the guy who is leading the 88 people in parliament, the 38.2 people, the guy has assaulted a police officer. A Ghanaian should be able to sue Afenyo Markin. But we sit in Ghana, media houses are playing this thing like a normal thing. Say, Ghana Police Office, and yet the IGP, if your men go out there and the young men out there, they strike them, don't make any noise. If any police officer is attacked in Ghana from today by Ghanaians, anywhere you send them and they get attacked, some get shot, do not make any noise. Because you are encouraging these kind of attacks on the police. Because now, we all know that you, the IGP, you see this as a normal thing. The young people on the street, that the police have to go out and protect themselves. You have given the police to them to destroy the police. It may catch more police for no. If the IGP does not take any action on this, then you people, when you go out there, the people will come after you. They will assault you physically. Because we have seen on TV, we have seen a whole minority leader slap a police officer because of a politician, because the party MPP, the IGP is saying no problem. I am going to remind the IGP of this incident every day, like the way I remind Anefi of his crimes. Every day I sit here, I will play this video, I will show it to the IGP, and I'll let him know that that is the legacy. So free Ghana police moi until he takes action on this, until Afenyo Markin is invited. Afenyo Markin needs to be charged of assault. Until Afenyo Markin is invited by Ghana police and charged. The IGP will be on my show every day because now we know that the young people out there, you can also attack the police. You are condoning that and you are making that official, and I will help you. And if you're a young police officer in Ghana, now you say this thing you are seeing is a joke. Do you know the thousands and millions of young people there who are taking inspiration from what Afenyo Markin has done? Do you know Nipa Bebreba, young people Bebrebe, almost Sebio Adjiboni wo mutima, they have watched this and taken some kind of inspiration from tomorrow. You will see how police officers will be attacked in Ghana, and people will make reference to this because politicians are not bigger than the ordinary Ghanaian. And when I say ordinary Ghanaian, the people who are not sitting in parliament, the people who are not in the Flagstaff house, you people are not seeing TV every day on TV. Those are the people who are running this country. And if the IGP today is going to cover up for a criminal minority leader, Afenyo Markin, who attacked an innocent police officer, then the police, the civilians, we are equally right to attack any police officer who tries anything on us. I am saying this, and the IGP needs to listen to me. It is looking like he doesn't know what's going on. It is looking like the position is going into in his head. He's becoming pompous. He thinks that the position is a position that he has to retire with. He thinks nobody can do anything to him. But we can force you to do your job. And we can force you to resign. And we can force you to be sacked. So make sure this this minority leader, he's brought in and he is processed. Every single day, I'm going to show you the IGP on my show. I am going to show this video on my show to remind the young people out there that the IGP has given a green light that if the police or any police officer tries anything, attack the police officer, because the IGP is seeing Afenyo Markin and politicians better than you until the IGP takes a step, until the IGP decides to charge Afenyo Markin with assault. If he does not charge him for assault, then we are going to make sure every single Ghanaian, every single young man, so police need try anything on you, try something on that police officer until the IGP takes a decision. Because this video, you cannot tell me that we should let it slide. So I'm promising the IGP, Mr. P, Mr. S, get me his picture that we will put on our show every day. We will let the world know what the IGP of Ghana, the kind of nonsense he's condoning. Obi called parliament, Emma Echo crash Obi Echo say Obi cash keke. You people jailed him. You Ghana Police Service. A young man, we did not even check his mental status. He went to Parliament of Ghana, Oko crash Obi window keke. Moga police voted actually court me jailino. Mabuboda, moji Jimmy. Some innocent man, we didn't even know his mental status. Ora Parliament, occupy cash keke. You people you convinced a judge to jail that man. You police, you Ghana police, you convinced a judge to jail that young man. We did not even check his mental status. This foolish man called Afenyo Markin, or a minority leader, he attacks the police twice. This guy slaps a young police officer twice. Now, young police officer no, or no such opportunity. Now, say, okobokrono or bobitua. Why mistake? Adia china the two police officer and same. No, so life is at risk because and there we are beating them in public. Nobody say anything. Now, okitoro bobitimutua. Has he made a mistake? Adia nkwasia sam na modete Ghana no. And the president and everybody in the MP, NDC, they look weak to me. The president to every single person in the NDC, they look weak. This nonsense happening. Some questions say and they could for the bet Messi. Some questions say we share the TV sui and they could for will it ever happen? And yakasa mo be power mo NDC for and I'm just say sorry. The nonsense must stop. The foolish diplomatic that kind of nonsense lifestyle. No, you people have put a stupid stop to it. Obit boom round so we need to deal with the person. Why are we building this country like sorry? And then question no. Who is Afenyo Markin? So this is a promise from me to the IGP. I am promising you today. And if you don't take action on this, I will let the world know that you are the fake ass IGP. You have given the young people out there they should kill police officers on the street. They should attack police officers. Until you, IGP, besides, thank you. Until you, IGP, you make a decision. Afenyo Markin is brought in and charged. I am never going to stop this matter. Because at least we all have seen the video. We have seen the footage. You cannot come into that office and make it your wife's office. You cannot come sit in that office and make it look like Osia Isro. You cannot come sit in that office and make it look like Osia Sumo. We are not going to worship you. We are going to force you to work. And if you decide not to work, we will sack you. What do you say? At that form, sir, people should win power and give you power for you people to misbehave. Take action. You have 24 hours to bring Afenyo Markin in. He needs to write a statement. He needs to be charged. You cannot tell me the court will only decide whether Afenyo Markin was wrong or not. You cannot come and tell us that he has come in, he has written a statement, he has gone. He needs to be charged. Because I am doing this to protect every single police officer on the streets of Ghana tonight. Do you know what that video is doing in the system? Unim confidence I had criminals. Unim inspirational aboni for air taken from this video. And you sit there as an IGP. Masa, so what brako pefi bitina. If you think you are tired, I have your personal number here. I'll forward this video to you. Opa responded. Opa man responded. I don't care. But I want you to know, say, I will see say you have gotten the receipt. Why are we entertaining all this nonsense? Why is this happening? So the young man who is a police officer or a waster now, do you think people will be interested in going to the police again? Every day they have been on the receiving end. And the Ghana Police Service, the young people have been on the receiving end. Nobody speaks for them. Now, what's not police do this age? You are sitting there making this look like a movie. You are playing politics. How long have you got to be serving in the police service? I am promising you this, my friend. You can be my father. But at this point, I am speaking to you because of the position you fill. You are a public servant and you need to do what is right. With all due respect to you as a father, as a parent, I respect that. But you as the IGP, you need to deliver. We are not going to mince words because of your age. If you think you are too old, if you think you are not respecting you, leave that office and give it to somebody who is willing to do the job, who is willing to take the heat. We are not going to entertain this nonsense again in Ghana. For 8 years, this nonsense went on. Near to Hana Dampare, etam police phobi, say, or the armed robbers we check location. Ya koya, ya bought a police phone in that too, armed robbers too. Ye nipa, or a tip of ever seen there. Innocent people were killed. There were murderers in the Ghana police under Dampare. Dampare set up a whole murdering machine in the Ghana police service. We saw all that. You know all these things. Dampare, Oba Bonchano Kuta Bible. Oba Bontano Betonya Menyom, but in the Ghana Police Service, he had murdering machine in the Ghana Police Service. Dan Parry had his own police in the police who were committing murder. You come in here and you're going to condone this nonsense, and you're making police look like say, so you are giving inspiration to people to go after police, to slap police anyhow. Who is Afenyo Markin? We need result. 24 hours, the Ghana Police Service, this is the footage. You need to give us results. We need a statement from the Ghana Police Service. We need a statement from you, the IGP. I swear to God, if you don't, the rest of my production till you will be like our nephew on my show. Every day I'll remind Ghanaians of what you are condoning in Ghana.